am incredibly excited about today's training because maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, but Jimmy and I have been building the TripValet incentives and TripValet for a lot of years. And for, well, let's call it what it is. I pretty much told him while he was traveling, like, hey, the people haven't seen you for a while. They are telling me almost every day that they want to hear more about the vacation incentives and how to use incentives in their business. And you guys know that he loves this community. He loves sharing everything that he can with you guys, figuring out ways to strategize to grow your business. That's the type of guy he is. Every time he says, call me on the phone when we're on one of these calls, I'm like, I cringe because I don't like to talk on the phone. And I always have that protective shield. Like, don't give people your phone number. You don't know when they'll call you. They'll call you at 5 a.m. in the morning, Melanie. Except I think he called you. But that's the kind of person he is. That's the kind of person that you want to be in business with, right? And today he's going to give you, I hope you all have a notebook and a pen because he's going to give you so many golden nuggets, things that you can do in your business, whether you're using vacations or not. Social media posts, ways that you can reach out to people. I'm not even kidding. I told you I saw his slide deck. It's full of stuff. So we got to get going because we're going to run out of time before he finishes. So without any more ado, here is Jimmy to tell you all the things about how to use incentives in your business to get more sales, close more deals, and for people to love you more. Because who doesn't love a vacation?
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Appreciate you for the kind words. But I'm a super excited to be on here, and just want to just shout out to the community. Jennifer did say a very truth statement, and that is, I will take your guys' calls. I mean, I'm on calls with some of you already. Like Lorna knows yesterday we did a great call with one of her people yesterday. I mean, let's just do as many of these as we can because what's happening right now within this, what you're seeing today is that the DIVA Network continues to grow, right? And I'm so honored to be able to be part of this journey with you. And what today is, I want to show you one of the major benefits that you get. Now, we have a lot of benefit when you join the DIVA Network, but today, what I want to do is I want to really hone in on the one that excites me every day because I was just on another Zoom and the people were just lighting it up like they like, Jimmy, it sounds so like too good to be true. And I'm like, well, no, it's not. You got to pay the taxes and fees, but yes, you can save a lot of money on these things that I'm going to show you with you today and how you can use it to grow your business, your brand, how to keep your clients for life, all these things. And so what I'm gonna do though is I wanted to have some structure today. I could talk without a slide deck, but I know some of us like to learn and take notes and use these type of things for for yourself. And so I'm going to use a deck today. And what I want to do is I really want to talk to you about how to maximize vacation incentives as part of your Diva membership. Now, I looked at the list of people. I know the emails were going out to some prospects or people that aren't part of the community yet. And so we really want to make sure we cover a lot of good things today. And so first things first is that I want to share with you that if you're part of the DIVA network, my question to you is, if you're a current member, have you logged into your back office and sent yourself a vacation? All right. Have you logged into the back office and sent yourself a vacation? And also, have you redeemed a certificate for yourself? And I would encourage you today, put this as one of your tasks for today, is send yourself one out of your back office. Okay. Send one out of your back office. You can't miss it. It's right there on your dashboard, but send one to yourself. And then if you haven't redeemed one, redeem one. Right. It's $20 to activate a vacation that you can use up to a year. Some of you live here in America. I mean, even going down to Orlando and staying for $350 for an entire week at some of these incredible resorts is a huge value. Actually pays for your membership. I mean, the amount of savings, if you think about it, right? For you founders, that's what I'm going to show you today. So I want to make sure that you really get it. But here's the other thing. For all of you that are on here today, I want you to be fully engaged with me. I want this to be interactive. I want you guys to comment. I want you to turn off all your distractions. Just give me for the next 30 to 45 minutes of your time. Why? Well, because today I'm going to share with you something, one strategy, one tip, one idea that could literally put another 6 or 7 figures in revenue in your business this year. All right. And I share that with you because I'm already doing this. Jennifer and I have been doing this for our realtors, our insurance professionals, all of our entrepreneurs for years. And I don't want you to miss on the things that I want to share with you today because they're going to be very, very powerful. Now, why TripValet incentives? First of all, I don't got to sell you, or you don't have to sell your people on travel and vacation. Travel is a $11.39 trillion industry as of last year. Ladies and gentlemen, when I got inside of the industry in 2017, it was only $7 trillion. That's what they T. Does anybody know how many zeros are behind a T, behind a trillion? Drop that in the comments if you know. It's a lot of zeros, right? It's the second largest industry in the world. But here's what's great. It's projected to hit 18.44 trillion by 2032. Now, I want you to think about this for just a second, psychologically, or in your mindset is that, wait a second, the second largest industry in the world, that means people are using it. Everyone loves to travel. If I could tie in vacations and travel into my business, would that make sense? Well, that's what I want you to buy in today. All right. Because if you're a Diva member or if you're part of our family here, you should be using these for your business, for your brand. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. See, most of the all of them, Fortune 500 companies use incentive-based marketing every day. Let me give you some quick examples. McDonald's. You all heard of this, and I'm not promoting McDonald's because I know we have some healthy people on here. But the reality is this: when they run that monopoly game, that $20 billion company, when they run the monopoly incentive, it increases their revenue 4 to 6% during that incentive on a 20 plus billion-dollar company. Now think about that. Amazon, how many of you are Prime members? How many of you are Prime members, right? Like all of us, right? Most of us. Well, that's an incentive they came up with. Why? So you could get 1 day shipping, and now we get same day shipping, right? I mean, this is T-Mobile Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, I get the alert of the savings, and there's been some incredible savings lately in that T-Mobile app. It's an incentive. So big companies use it. And so my question to you is, you should be too. Today, I want to get your mindset to be thinking, now this is a member benefit. Melanie and Laura was saying. I mean, it's crazy that we have this here in this platform, and I want you guys to know up front because because I know we sent this to some of our members. Members pay us every day for this product, $97 a month just for the product I'm going to show you, and $947 a year. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're part of the Diva community, it is in your membership. Ooh, come on, somebody get excited about that, right, Jennifer? I mean, that is some real value. All right, now, who am I, and can I get your permission? I'm doing this because I know there's some guests that are going to watch this and the replay. I am the founder and CEO of TripValet and TripValet Incentives. Started this business in 2017. We've been very fortunate and blessed, Jennifer and I and Ali and several of our team, to help a lot of people build their business. And now, of course, if you don't know, we're also the president. I'm the president of the DIVA Network. So honored that I get to be on this journey with all of you. And I share this with you because we've helped thousands of entrepreneurs grow and scale their businesses every day, helping them get more leads, more referrals, and keep their clients for life. Okay. Now, when you leave this workshop today, I'm going to share with you a few things. How to use free attraction posts. Draw people into you so that you pique their interest. I'm also going to give you some different appreciation gift ideas, celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, top of mind awareness strategies, also how to give away free quotes, contests, Q&A, all of this stuff. We're going to do that today. All right. Does that sound good with everybody? Let me know if you're ready for this. Type in "I'm ready" in the comments because I want to make sure that you guys really get it today. All right. Let's talk about free attraction posts. You already have this as your membership. And so the reality is this: part of social media, right? They called it yesterday interest media, is that you're trying to build connections, right? And when you make certain posts, especially curiosity posts, people are going to reach out to you, and it gives you the ability to connect with them. And what happens is connections, right? When you have those connections, you create curiosity with them. And what ends up happening is that it starts a conversation, and eventually conversations can lead to conversions. This is a very simple formula, but if you're not getting connections, causing curiosity, right? It doesn't lead to any conversations. You're not going to get any conversions. It's really that simple of a formula. And so vacations, incentive-based marketing can do that. Now, let me give you some real life examples. Here's a post in March for our real estate friends, for anyone that has a business. This is going to give you an idea so you can think about this. Look at this. This is a game post. This is an attraction post, right? If you look here, very simply says, let's play a game. This home goes on the market Saturday. In the comments, tell me what you think the price will sell for. Now, if you have any type of business, right, and you make a typical post about your business, let's just be honest. Can we all be honest? How much engagement do you really get? Right? I post anything about my little baby granddaughter, there's hundreds of comments. I post one little thing about my business, that's a general post, you get like 5 comments, right? Is anyone else know what I'm talking about? That's typically what ends up happening. But what if you were to gamify it a little bit? What if you use an incentive to get people to make comments? Well, you can see what happens on a real estate post. Here's what happened: 107 comments, and then people were sharing it so that way they could get entered in, right? This is a good example of what a typical post can be. Here's some more, right? Look at this one: 419 comments. Like this guy here, 485 comments. Why am I sharing this with you? Because what ends up happening is when you start to run these little contests on your social media, right? You're going to start to grow. And here's the thing: some of you might not have the audience or the engagement yet, but if you consistently do this, and I'm not saying don't do it every day, right? Spread it out, right? But be strategic about running some contests to draw people in. Just put it as part of your overall marketing strategy, right? This guy here, look at this. He did the same thing, playing the game. 485 comments. How many of you would love to have on a business post would like to have that kind of engagement, right? Because he's given away what? A vacation. He's tied a vacation into it, right? Here's another one. Carla, right? And Lolita, same thing. They're giving away a vacation, right? The 8 day, 7 night. Look at the engagement. So you can see this is what happened. Here's another one. I mean, the engagement is ridiculous. And so one of the things I want to do today is to get your mind thinking about, okay, get creative. I'm gonna give you some more that you can look at, okay? But get creative, because there is a way. And what ends up happening is, because some of you can track this, you will see that more and more people will come to your page, will come start to engage with you. And then, of course, if you're doing a lot of social media marketing, you got to keep up with it. Make sure that you continue to do that. But I just want to open your mind today that tying vacation incentives in to it can really, really help you. Here's a gal who's building her group, right? Her Facebook group. Once again, she's given away a vacation, right? She's given away, to get people inside the group, right? And so you can see that she's getting that. Look, 150 people have been invited for the contest, right? From a very simple vacation incentive. Okay. So how many of your mind's starting to think a little bit outside of the box, right? Using vacation incentives on social media. Okay. Shannon Pye, he says basically, here's what he said. He said, created a simple post giving away a vacation certificate to anyone that was interested in a home valuation. Yeah, 50 people, excuse me, raises their hands. He generated 50 seller leads in just 7 days. Now, apply this to your business. Could you get creative? And here's the thing: as you start to do this, because there's so many different businesses on this kind of a call, but as you start to do this and you start to see the engagement, definitely let us know. We'd love to see your testimonial on this. Okay. But here's why this is the big deal. When you start to use vacation incentives and you're giving them away, you're going to get this kind of testimonial. You're going to get these people that come back to you and say, man, that was amazing that we were able to go on that vacation for so little. And here's what's great about it: you have helped create a memory for that person, for that family, for that couple. And what ends up happening is, whatever business you're in, I want you to really get this. All right. I want you to really get this. Do you think they're ever going to forget about you? Do you think they're going to continue to use you? Right? Do you think they're going to come back to you. Some of you are doing seminars and your own workshops, right? And trying to move people up the ascension ladder, right? Imagine because they're paying you, consistently paying you. Some of you are on auto ship type of programs. Imagine that when they hit a certain milestone of whatever that looks like for you, that they get a vacation. Because look at this client here. We were extremely blessed to be able to first take a week-long couples getaway for such a steal to Mexico with a voucher. Little did we know that we'd fall in love with the area and quaintest, calm waters and adventures Mexico has to offer. We had to bring our kids and mothers with us the following year, and is now our favorite place to travel. The reason why he said the following year is because this client of ours that uses the incentives sends them a vacation every year. See, ladies and gentlemen, you're part of this Diva network, right? You can use these vacations every year for clients, for yourself, right? And so that's a huge retention tool. Better than, certain other tools out there or incentives because think about it, they're sitting around Thanksgiving dinner and they're like, Uncle Johnny, we saw you were down in Mexico, looked amazing. And they go, yeah, you won't believe it. I'm part of this networking group and I got a vacation incentive, and they told me that I get to go on this one, had amazing time, unbelievable. But then they said, you know what? Every year I'm going to get a vacation from them. How cool is that? Right. So that's how it works. Now let's play it along. Here's some fun things. Let me help open your mind a little bit. Sports is a big deal, right? Here's one where we're giving away a vacation incentive, and it's like another contest. It's just to drive some engagement. Well, on this particular one, right? Because some of you are college basketball fans, maybe professional football or baseball fans. Play a game. People love this stuff, right? You're good. You can start to put these out there. And like in this particular one, these two are playing against each other, and we used it to drive engagement of that particular game, right? In terms of people commenting. And what ends up happening is what's going on here? We're creating conversations for us to go back into the DMs, say something to them in terms of a follow-up. Hey, thanks for commenting on my contest, and then you can use some of what Ollie taught you yesterday. Hey, I see that you own a business. Do you own that business or do you just promote it? Boom, boom, you're there, right? You just tie into what Ollie just taught you yesterday, right? So once again, just another way to engage. Here's a couple things. Look at this one. What is your favorite vacation destination? Go. Like this is just this very simple post, but it creates engagement because you now have vacation incentives you can use. You can give them away. Here's another one. Just curious. Who has a wedding or wedding anniversary coming up? I'd love to send you a vacation. Right. So these are things that create curiosity that what will do what? Lead to your conversations. Okay. Love this one here. There's another game. Viva la Mexico. You've heard the game Duck Duck Goose. You guys should go try this one. This will be crazy engagement. And it starts to change your algorithm, but it also gives you a lot of people to talk to. So what ends up happening here is the last person that says Viva la Mexico gets a certificate, gets the dream vacation. And everyone, just the dream vacation, you can be specific in your marketing because you've got different destinations all over the world. If you want to target Mexico, you can. If you want to target Italy, you can. You have that in your that you can use as your certificate. So one of the reasons why I asked you guys to activate one for yourself is because you can see the current inventory, right? You may want to run a promotion for Australia. You may want to run a promotion for, we have Africa in there, different countries in Africa. Get familiar with your product. Ladies and gentlemen, this is part of your membership. You don't got to pay extra for this. It's already included in your membership when you become a Diva member, right? Okay, let's talk about appreciation gift ideas. Now, so we've done some curiosity. We're doing some social media. We're getting them on there. Now let's start to appreciate our people. Okay, let's start to appreciate our customers and clients. The first way is just when you close business. Okay, now give you some just examples here because we have all different types of businesses. So like when you install a roof, we have lots of contractors that love you, solar salespeople, chiropractors. So this is when you do business with somebody as an extra incentive, give them vacation. Now, a couple things. One, if you're in an industry that's regulated, of course you need to check your rules, right? But if you're from a lot of you, you're not, and you're not in regulated industries, so you can give it to them. If I'm a coach and I want someone to purchase my $1,000, $5,000 package, I was just talking to Tanya. She includes the vacation incentives in her offer, right? Because if you I wish she was on here. She may be on here actually. If she is, Jennifer, make sure we call her out. Tanya Vaseo was telling me over the weekend, she's Jimmy, you won't believe it. I told people the first two or three people that come up here and sign up for her master class get a vacation, and they were running. She said, Jimmy, I've never had people run up and actually purchase it, right? Like a mad dash to get up. And sure enough, it's because she ran that little incentive, right? So to close that business. So you've got this. Here's another one for anyone that's maybe in insurance, because I know we have some financial guys in our community, financial men and women. Policy anniversary, okay? On the anniversary of a policy, the anniversary that you're doing business with them, for anyone that's in real estate potentially, anniversary of a home purchase. Now think about your business, okay? Some of you have businesses that you're trying to keep people forever, right? And so think about how can you incorporate it. We're very fortunate. Some of you might know this CRM company called Follow Up Boss. Well, guess what? We're in Follow Up Boss. Why? Because people can. Jennifer did a great job putting these activity things in there where you can just send out a vacation to your clients on the purchase of their home, on the anniversary purchase of their home, right? And so these are things. How about referrals, right? When someone refers your business, give them a vacation, okay? Like give them away. You have unlimited of these, especially if you're a founder, you have unlimited of these. Teachers. Now, this is awesome. We teachers, National Nurses Week. These are just great ways for you to get some exposure as well and to appreciate people. National Teachers Week. Can you imagine you being the one at your kids or grandkids' school? You're giving the teachers vacations. Do teachers deserve a vacation, especially when the season's ending, right? Absolutely. So you be the one, right, to create that buzz. National Nurses Week. We had a client that during National Nurses. Now she knew the general administrator of the hospital, but she got it approved, and they literally gave the entire hospital, 1,500 nurses, a vacation, right? And so you guys be thinking about how can I appreciate my client? How can I appreciate my clients? And you can do that with vacation incentives. Now, one of the things that social media does, especially Facebook, is that it tells you every day whose birthday it is, right? Some of you are trying to figure out how do I reach out to people? Well, what if you gave them a vacation on their birthday? Okay. Once you do a training like this, your RAS starts to peak up. You're looking for people on their birthdays and their wedding anniversaries. You're looking for graduations. You're looking for these things, right? Because now you're thinking of like, how could I reach out to someone and just say hello and just thank them and appreciate them? Right? Appreciate them by giving them, hey, listen, I saw it was your birthday. So I see you're celebrating 35 years. And because of that, I want to give you a special gift. Everyone on their birthday that's part of my friends list, part of my community, I'm going to give them a birth or a vacation. How cool was that? So you can do that, right? Wedding anniversaries. And so be leverage the power of social media because gone are the days where you can't use that as not knowing when someone's birthday or anniversary is, especially for the ones of you that are really using social media. Okay. Now, top of mind awareness, once again, look for those special occasions, graduation. Of course, Cinco de Mayo is coming up. I showed you that post. I put that in there just to remind you. And then anytime you have a client that uses a vacation, make sure that you highlight that to the rest of your community, to the rest of your list. Okay. Because then they're like, okay, so it's that whole social proof. It's that, results, right? That someone actually got to go on one of those vacations. And the biggest thing out of this, out of the top, the TOMA, top of mind awareness, is really just have fun with it. Because on a call like this, I don't know everybody's business. There's lots of different businesses on here. And the only I don't know, Jennifer, if we've ever figured out a business that couldn't use these, right? Or it's a brain surgeon, that might not be one that you'd probably use this, right? But everyone else, I mean, literally, if you're in any type of marketing or sales, community, client building, relationship building, you're definitely going to be able to use this, okay? And so be creative. Now, let's talk about this one. Here's a good one: free quotes. Using website capture pages. Okay, you can put this inside of your a little note inside of your website, your capture pages. If they put their information in, folks, right, free quotes or gathering your data, then you'll give them a vacation. Okay, if they attend a webinar, some of you should be using this to even invite them to your Diva Network webinar, right? Because there's different audiences here, right? So use it. You've got access to it. For some of you that have brick and mortar, walk-in traffic, okay, right? For demonstration, some of you are maybe in cosmetic or beauty, for just do because the thing is like there's like when you can actually put and just from what I've heard, put makeup on people or show them the cream or the face stuff, right? Just for doing the demo, the conversion rate on that. Well, for also doing it, give them a vacation. We talked about open houses for wedding planners, right? This is a whole entire industry. Anyone related to this industry, right? Vacations are huge. Trade shows, right? Get people to give away a vacation and get people's information at your trade shows. This is a big one, right? Getting their just their name and their email and their phone number, and for them to get qualified for the entry to be in that drawing, get their information, and guess what? You can follow up with them later. And of course, events. So these are just some more ways that you can use vacation incentives. Then we move into how are we doing on time? Good. Okay. Contests for referrals. All right. This is a big one. You can make a post about we're launching a new campaign. Anybody that refers me this business, refers one or two names to me, you get put into a drawing, something like that, right? Some type of contest. People love contests, especially when you're giving away vacation. Okay. And tell people up front, you don't need to lie to them. You can put it in the fine print. You can put whatever and say, listen, it's a complimentary vacation. You're just responsible for the taxes and fees. Now, some people pay the taxes and fees, but I would encourage you don't necessarily have to do that, right? And then how about contests? If some of you are running sales teams or affiliate teams, you can use this, okay, to inspire your people to do more volume because you could have a contest. Whoever wins, you may pay the taxes and fees for them. If they're driving the sales, we have a lot of people do this one. Actually, this is a good one. Something you're working on in your business. Here's something. Give away a vacation if someone will help you design a new logo, a website, run a contest. Like, hey, which logo do you like? On social media. Um, and then of course whichever one wins we'll use it, but then also I'll give you a vacation for just playing along and helping me figure this out, right? So get creative with this. Okay, how about this naming of a new product or service? Okay, something that you're working, another contest. The person who comes up with the name of the product or service or the logo or which design you like best, we're going to give you a vacation as well. Okay. Right. And then here's something that you can see. So this is just an example, right? This is Bali. This is one in the back office. This is the dream certificate you can see here. Normally it's like 274 per night. Okay. But here, this is a one-bedroom suite. So they upgraded this one. 1995 activation fee, but the taxes on the room is 399 to 78% savings, ladies and gentlemen. Is that big? So imagine if you have a client that goes on this trip. Do you think they're ever going to forget about you? No way, right? No way. And so use them because you have them as a member benefit. Now, how easy is it to use them? Very simple. Right in your back office, if you go there, you'll see it. You basically put someone's email address in there and then you submit it to them. They'll get it. And then here's what it looks like, everybody, is that you'll see they'll get the email. and has all the terms and conditions in there, and even has a little video, right, that shows them the back office. So they'll click that, they can watch it. It's a little video we did that shows them the process because we want to make sure they understand it. Now, why is this important for all of you? Because if you're a member, we don't want you to have to mess with this. We want you just to use the vacations, get them out, and let us, because we've been doing this for a while, let us through the process get them to activate the vacation and then go on the vacation, and then of course you become the hero, right? So they fill it out, they pay their they pay their activation fee, they'll get a confirmation, boom, like that. And then what ends up happening, they're going to get a certificate number and certificate code just like this. Okay. All right. And so once they pay, and then they're ready to go. They just basically put that in here. This is a little PDF that I think maybe some of our communities already seen, but they'll get this as well, and they just fill it out, and they're good to go. And they book it all online. They don't, there's no. I've seen programs where people have to mail it in. No, it's all online, 100% booking. They just book it and they're good to go. All right. So let me pause there and open it up for Q&A. I know that was a lot today, right? Most of you are like, wow, that was a lot, right? But I wanted to make sure that you guys really started to get it. Now, I want to open it up for any Q&A, Jennifer, if that's okay with you, and just making sure that you guys, if there's any other questions you guys have. But first of all, let me just ask, did you guys learn something today? Did that help you out? I mean, like kind of expand, because my whole job today really was to expand your mind, because I don't think some of you thought maybe it was just like not, you couldn't use it, but there's so many uses for it. And my overall message to you today is we have all these things inside the DIVA network, and this one little piece called vacation incentives that people pay us every day for outside of the DIVA network, you guys have as part of your membership, and you have unlimited access to these. And I would highly, highly encourage you to use them because it's already part of your membership, right? So let me open it up for some questions. I see some hands raised. And then also, if you have a question, Jennifer, you can help me on all this. That'd be great.
There are two repeating questions in the
Okay.
chat. One, how can we do this? How can we give away vacations for $20? The second one is, this is one of my
Great.
favorite questions ever. Do they have to sit through a timeshare presentation?
Yeah, no. So first things first, the reason why we can give away these vacations, remember, is that the resort, and maybe you missed it early on, is that these resorts that we work with, they're just trying to get some revenue. They know that today, April 15 is going to end, and anyone that's not staying at that resort, or there's nobody, I mean, they're not getting any revenue. So if we can fill those rooms with your clients or with you, they're going to get some revenue. You'll eat at the restaurant, you'll drink at the bar, you'll go to the spa. But one of the things too, I almost forgot about this, Jennifer. One of the big things is that we didn't actually know this until it started really, we started hearing from the resorts and our customers, is that how many of you take selfies at resorts on vacation? How many, right? And you tag the resort, right? As a matter of fact, if you go back in through a long time ago when I was visiting the resort that you all are all going on your founders trip, I was tagging it in Instagram. And as a matter of fact, the marketing director said, Jimmy, thanks for posting this. We can't wait till you come back, blah, blah, blah. They all pay attention. These resorts pay attention to this stuff. So it does add value to them as well. So that's number one. That's how we can do it. Number two, what was the other question, Jennifer? How to use it?
No, the timeshare question.
Oh yeah, no timeshares. Yeah, we squashed that back in 2018. We're not, oh, just so everyone's clear. The parent company is not timeshare. We are a membership-based company, so that we never market to the end client ever, ever. We've held that ground. People love it. That's why they actually leave other programs, come to ours, because there's some, some funny business that happens with some of these other incentive companies. But we never market to your client. Now we market to you. We want you to use the membership, those things like that. But we never market to your people. Colette says. Yeah, it's not free. We don't use that. It's just complimentary. They just pay the taxes and fees on it. But I'll give you just a real life example. The number one real estate company in Kansas City, they have over 500 agents in this office. Jennifer knows them. Steve Johns, the Johns family team. It's no secret. Massive, massive. The Keller Williams office. They're one of our customers, clients, and Steve and I was at happy hour, and he said, Jimmy, one of our people is going to Branson, Missouri, and you know, for people in Kansas City, Branson's just a short, you know, 3 hours away. But there's a lot of shows. People love it. It's actually, I didn't know this, but I mean, it's actually one of the top destinations in America. There's an audience for it. Well, she's going down there for $350, staying at a top resort for the entire week. Now, let me ask you a question. You think that client's ever going to pick another realtor? Because guess what? Next year she gets another vacation from him. You see him get, I want you to think about how can I use it for my business? How can I use it for what I'm doing? See, that realtor, he knows every year he's gonna give her a vacation. She ain't going nowhere ever. Like, and it's top of mind because she's like, if anyone in her network asks about realtor, who do you think she's gonna refer? Realtor, right? So there, that answers that. No timeshares at all. All right. Do we use the concierge? No, it's all online. Great question, Marita. No, it's all online, folks. You can literally, when you send yourself one, Marita, but you'll see it's all online, 100% booking. That's why we do it that way. That way, no one has to wait around. Okay, let me see what other questions we have. Do we book trips that are happening soon as opposed to being
I
able
can
to?
make this shorter for you. So there's another question that says, where do they get to go? And then is there some sort of commission? I don't know if that means do you get a commission or does the company get a commission when they book?
Yeah, no commission, guys. We just like you know anything we're trying to do, we're just trying to bring value, no commission on this stuff. Yep. Someone asked too, are you able to plan months away? Yes, up to 6 months out because it's real live inventory. So yes, you can plan 6 months out on these. Great question.
What does real-time inventory mean, Jimmy?
Real-time inventory means is like you can book it. Like you get a confirmation number when you book it today. Yeah.
It also means the inventory changes daily, sometimes hourly. So if you're not seeing a location that you really have your heart set on, check back tomorrow.
Yeah, or book it before someone takes it because especially in hot areas they do go. But there's a lot of up to 3,000 destinations around the world. We've had people go to Vietnam, Italy, Australia. You know, of course, the easy ones in Mexico, US are easy. But yeah, all over the world, people are using them. Okay,
Melanie
all
has a
right,
question.
go ahead.
Okay, Jimmy, my mind is
Hey.
truly blown. Like I've been here for 4 months. In the beginning, when I came in, I really didn't know what this network was all about. I'm hearing, like, I watch you guys do your sales pitch, which I think you're going to do after this, and you put this on the list, and I don't know what you're talking about. And I just have, I've just, and I'm like, is this like seriously for real? Like, as a founder, even if I didn't want to give an incentive, like, I am part of your membership program, and I can just use this for my vacations.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, Melanie, here's what's crazy. I was just on another Zoom with another community that uses our incentives, and the gal came on. She goes, Jimmy, I actually used the travel portal, the one that you guys have. And she said, I was saving 35 bucks a night versus all the other sites. And you might be saying, well, that's not very much. But if you add it up over 7 nights, they were on a trip, right? It starts, you add it up there, you add it up on your incentives. Just this one little piece of the Diva membership brings, I mean, I'm telling you, brings so much value. And here's what's crazy. If you use an incentive and it gets you a new client, think about how much you paid for your membership. And you know how much your businesses get for your clients. That's why realtors, the higher ticket people, chiropractors, you know, the insurance guys, financial people, they love this because one client, like Ed Cross, you know, I think the Crosses might be on here. You know, these people get it. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. One client of mine, and I can use it as a retention tool. It pays, I mean, it's way more than even my membership. I have nothing included with the DIVA Network. So yes, it's very, very high value. It's designed to be that way. We want to blow you out of the water. So that way, you know, you hear me say this and I joke, but I don't joke. I want this membership, Adora and I and Jennifer and the team, we want this membership to be so much value that you have to cancel your Netflix or your Amazon Prime before you cancel your founder, your Diva membership ever. We want you here forever, right? So that's my shameless plug on that. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Go ahead. Who else? Go ahead,
Oh,
Jennifer.
Laura. Oh, Laura, you're muted.
Okay. So do you think, for example, that like, let's say that I want to go to a realtor that I love and give this to her as a tool for her to start using? Is it not cool for me to go to other realtors in my local community and offer the same thing? Should I be doing it just like that? And should I be
Yeah.
actually trying to get her into the DIVA network so she can give them versus me continuing to give it to her?
Yeah. Now, Laura, here's the thing, everyone. I want you to get this point today. If you take one thing away, okay, I want you to promote the Diva Network and get them in the Diva Network and show them just this one little piece that they get, which is the vacation incentives, unlimited. Okay. Because just so you know, outside of the Diva Network, people pay us for this. On just this, not
Yeah,
not
no, I
all the
know
things you
that.
guys get.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a very bold statement, just if anybody's already inside of our TripValet family, we're actually announcing that we're actually promoting the Diva Network as our community that we want people to start joining. Like we want people to join the Diva Network, and if they sign up with us, TripValet, Jennifer and I's link or whatever, they actually get our TripValet membership as a bonus for being part of the Diva Network, because that's how much we believe in the Diva Network, is because not only can you give them incentives, but you know all the things that you guys get. I mean, access to everything, the networking, plus all the things that we're working on behind the scenes. So that's how much I believe in the Diva Network, is that we're going to bundle it, a $947 membership for the founders if they sign up with us. So I share with you because I was on a call yesterday with who was it? Oh gosh, who was it? Was it Lorna? No, it was Lorna. And the gentleman has communities, right? And instead of trying to do another community, have the Diva Network be your community. Like put your people in here. And in that way they can get some real value and then all the things that come with it. Right. So does that answer your question, Laura?
Yeah, that answered it. Let me see if there was anything. I mean, there were like three questions, but I don't want to take up the time, so I'll raise my hand again if I still have the time on a question.
Abigail.
So I want to thank you for doing it this way, because I sat through when you did it before and I wasn't getting how to promote it. As someone who has been in the travel industry since 2017 and was using certificates, I understand how you were saying these are different because it's just different. So I was trying to figure out how to promote it with my clients, however they book with me, and I will give this to you. And so that is a perfect way, and like to run the incentives and stuff on Facebook and the social media. My other issue now is I have a group of about 7,000 people that would want to now know how to do this. And I don't know that, I don't think that would be a good thing, but I don't know. Help me with this, Jimmy.
There we go. So if you're in a travel community, because one of my dear friends, Andrew Anthony, K&A Travels, I just saw him post and give away live another vacation. Same thing. He's got a network of travel agents or whatever. And so remember back in the day when Jennifer and I first started, someone told us to use vacation incentives to grow our travel company. It's perfect. So when they buy the membership, your travel membership or whatever it is, give them a vacation and then teach them how to do that. What I would do is, if you have a community, is promote the Diva Network and say, hey, by the way, this one little benefit that you get is part of your membership. See, I want to really emphasize that to you guys, because like you're hearing today, like some of you are realizing, having these aha moments, like, good Lord, this is like, like we get this. Yes, yes. When Dora and I were putting this together, I said, Dora, I'm going to give you a gift. Jennifer and I are going to give you a gift. We're going to, Jennifer and I are going to give you a gift, is that we're going to give you a vacation incentive so your business entrepreneurs, your salespeople can use them, because we've already been doing it since 2017. let's put in the community and they can use it to grow their businesses. So perfect. All right. Who else, Jen?
Lynn.
Yeah, Jimmy, when you started talking about the realtors, a light bulb went on. I'm going, it's such a competitive market in Santa Fe. And I know some wonderful women entrepreneurs, realtors. And I think just approaching one and trying to get just a couple of them from different companies perhaps on board as look at what we do with the DIVA Network and look what we have for your customers. So the light bulb went on when you said realtors, and I'm sure there's lots of other businesses that would like to be a part of this network too. So I like the way you said, what we have here.
Awesome, Lynn. Hey, Lynn, and you're in Albuquerque. So one of the biggest insurance guys there is Rob Thomas. And he does some of your networking events there, and he uses incentives. As a matter of fact, Tanya and I were talking, and she goes, "Yeah, this guy, he's always giving away vacations." And it was Rob Thomas. I called him after the call, Jennifer. I'm like, "Rob, do you know Tanya?" And he's like, "Oh my gosh, yes." I'm like, "Dude, I'm part of the DIVA Network. They're giving out vacations." He's like, "Dude, we need to connect." And then she sent me her link. She's like, "Jimmy, make sure he signs up with me." Tanya's so good. But anyways, Lynn, use it. And guys, I'll do more of these because Jennifer told me like a lot of you didn't really understand because Jennifer's so smart and been with us a while, she understands the breadth of what you have. And so I think we probably need to do a few more of these little trainings for all of you. So very good. All right. Who else? Jen?
Forgive me if I don't say this correctly. Is it Samia? Samaya?
Yeah,
Really?
thank you so much. It's Samia.
Okay.
Hey guys, so great to be able to connect with each and every one of you guys. Jimmy, thank you so very much. And Sheila, thanks for your invite to always come in within the Divas movement. From the very start, we really value and appreciate all of you. It's so great to see this beautiful community grow and come together. I am so in awe of seeing it and so many beautiful similar faces as we were in the premiere and in the launch of everything back in Fort Lauderdale last month. And so I just want to basically just share right along as the light bulb did go on, and so did the divineness when it speaks to us every single time that we see beings that are always sharing and giving into our communities and all of our different communities. And so this is one of the beautiful communities that really worked so hard to build this. And seeing all the benefits and the give backs is amazing. So not only can we only think about just the corporate side of it, whether it's realtors, whether it's nurses, whether it's insurance agents, whether it's employees, whether it's companies and corporations and entities, but also on a philanthropic arm. As for me, that I am a service provider and also a giver in the spiritual communities and many of the energetic and healing communities, educational communities of personal development and so forth. Moving into the philanthropic arm, nonprofits. Guys, I just wanted to share with you guys. I know that we're all givers, and also let's think about our nonprofits, beings that are serving in nonprofits, those board of directors that can be gifted that beautiful vacation that they need. Those survivors of certain types of beings that have gone through hardships, and mothers that probably need a vacation and need to let go for a little bit and refresh and just kind of like reheal or just be able to fill in that spiritual thirst. Vacation is time of nature, it's time of letting go, it's time of disconnect, it's time of coming back into your essence and into your remembrance. And they serve so well. So this is not only just a beautiful, just attractive incentive and, something, a benefit just like that, but it's really a way to giving back in appreciation, in gratitude, and in value to that being that's in front of you that that deserves it. So I'm so grateful to hear about this incentive and this benefit that we know that holds value, not only for us as when we come in as memberships, as VIP, global founder, or whatever is created in this beautiful community, but also in the point of fact of knowing that this alone adds the value of it and pays for it on itself. So let's also think about our nonprofits and our philanthropic arms as we give back to the community. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak. We love you guys. Take care.
Yeah, thank you, Samia. And everyone, very, very spot on point. We have a lot of people that, of course, use incentives for the nonprofit side. Think about this. They'll pay the activation fee and give away a trip. For $350, that's valued at $2,000 or whatever, depending on which one they're using. but the point is like, I mean, think about that instead of having to, that nonprofit having to spend more money, they can get a very, very inexpensive cost basis gift and use that inside of their offerings and their drawings and things and their contests. So great point. Okay, so Jennifer, keep going, just a couple more, right? And then I know you guys have a ton of questions, but we'll get answer a few more. Marita, go ahead.
Yes. Can anyone book from anywhere in the world? Like if they're in Europe, can they book from Europe to anywhere?
This is a great question. The answer is yes. So this particular one took me it did 6 months, right, Jennifer, to negotiate this. This is why we know we have the golden goose. I have people, ask Ollie, constantly asking us to white label this program. And we tell them no. I said no. We want full control. We don't want to ever. We know what we have here. So yes, you guys have the premier incentive around the world that can be used for our global business. I see Errol on here. So if you're in South Africa, you can use it. Yes, anyone around the world can use this one. We did this deal with a major corporation. I'm not going to tell you who it is. It's just know it's one of the biggest hotel chains in the world. So it's really very unique, but you guys have access to use it all over the world because we are a global brand. So great question.
Thank you.
You bet. I saw you getting excited there, Barbara. You're like, oh, all my African friends get to travel now. I know. Laura, go ahead.
Let me see. Okay, I know as a founder, I can give it away as much as I want, right? What's true for the monthly members? What can they do?
They get to use it too. Yeah, it's part of their membership. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so no difference there. And do you think that, does it in any way, this contest thing is like only one person gets it. Do you think that contest incentivizes people versus trying to just say everyone who responds gets one? Like, is the contest important?
Yeah, so I would do more. It depends on what the campaign you're running, but the contests do well because it adds value, right? You're trying to get a list of 30, 50, 100 people to enter into the contest. So I would use it for that. And then now your private messaging to people, you can give them away because they don't know. But yeah, the contests work really well. You saw some of those posts where you name that price, that type of thing. That's all about engagement. And so one person's going to win. So that way it's being shared, more people are being engaged after it. So definitely use it that way. That's what I. And Laura, here's the thing, everyone. You have unlimited. So try, practice, use them. Just make it part of your DMO. Like don't be crazy and put something out every day. Like be smart, spread it out, right? Be a real marketer. But just know that, hey, I'm a Diva member and I have incentives that I can use as part of my overall branding, my company, whatever it may be, and continue to use those. Right. So Melanie, go ahead. And then I think Jennifer, do we need to go after this?
I know Melanie's gonna jump in first. I get to say hi to
It's here.
Jimmy crushed it. And Laura, I just want to speak to, I understand your heart, that you're like collaboration, not competition. I want to be generous and give it to everyone. And you can do both. But what we found is sometimes when you give it to everyone, it feels like the person in the mall that stops you for stuff or the timeshare person. And so the value isn't there. So it's not about competition. It's about that people get the excitement and they get that there's a real value, and that's a fast way to communicate it. But you are a free agent and you can redefine how you do this. We're just giving you what has worked and why it works. And you can always find other ways to gift it along in generosity. And Jimmy, you crushed it. I see people getting so excited about what we have here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just can't emphasize enough, though, everybody, because I just know this membership inside and out. And I'm just like, guys, this is just the one little piece. We haven't even talked about what's happening with the the results people are getting from the trainings they're getting, the networking they're getting on Wednesday, and the connections. you see the benefit? Like that's why I want you to get really excited, because when you have a big belief, it's easy for you to share this with other people, right? And, when you really understand your membership. So get familiar with it. You guys should be, I know I called you out yesterday for our members, but if you're a founder and when Ollie sends you that message and you don't respond back, I'm like, hello, he's trying to make you famous. Get your stuff in, like get it scheduled, right? Sheila, you guys, some of you have done your podcast. Get your podcast scheduled. Like, let's go, guys. I mean, you have this literally $25,000 membership that take full advantage of it, because when you do, you're going to win in all areas of it. And so I could keep going, but I better turn it over to whoever's doing the next thing here. So.
Well,
Awesome.
we're doing that as a team. I know Melanie's here. I came in to connect and just kind of meet some of you and give kind of the vision of what we have going here. And then our team, you've probably noticed today's meeting was led by Jimmy Azell, our president, who's led with generosity, who is someone that supports women. And we have a lot of incredible men like that, and we're blessed to work in collaboration. What I've learned as we've launched this, and by the way, my name's Adora Crystal Evans. I did not like my name as a child, but I don't know, maybe some of you felt that way. And then in adulthood went, oh my gosh, it was destined. God knew what he was doing when he put that name. And it wasn't until I was over 40 that I realized my initials were ACE. I was like, I'm going all in on this. And that, believe it or not, there is another Adora Evans out there now. Her skin is darker than mine, but she's out there doing things too. So I love to use the full name. Allison, you're related. And I, in fact, will ask people, what does their name mean? And if you know what your name means, go ahead and put it in the chat. People will say, what is their name? And if you don't know, then freaking Google it right now and put it in the chat, because it's the vibration, industrious, light, gift. Jimmy, one day we're going to have an in-person meeting where everyone wears name tags of what their name means. I mean, imagine that, when you're like, hello, I'm standing with a gift. I'm standing with my father's joy. I'm standing with badass JK, and I feel like she renamed herself. But with a loyal friend, right? I'm standing with God's presence, with generosity. It's really cool to look into name meanings. So I'm the founder and CEO of the DIVA Network. Some of you may know Marita, good to see you. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. I have over 20 years in the transformational space, working as the president of the Napoleon Hill Institute, working with Les Brown, Bob Proctor, Dennis Waitley, Brian Tracy, and I could go on and on and on. I am a wild fan of what is possible when we get one aha moment that helps us love our families better, manage our business better, express who we are better, create more joy, intimacy, connection. And so that's always going to be my home base. But I'm also a lover of fashion and fun and sisterhood and community. And so I partnered with the Dining Empire, which is a collection of TV shows. So they have a lot of different TV shows that are food and lifestyle. They're educational, and we interview different entrepreneurs and taste great food and dance and ride on helicopters and boats and do all kinds of fun things like that. And it's really, really fun. And I don't know about you, but for a long time, I had my fun in one category, and then my very serious work of transformation, Rhonda, in another category. Like, this is where I change the world, and I'm so serious about this calling. And it was very serious, very serious. And while I'm still very serious about it, through growth and evolving, DeAndrea, more of the parts of myself have become unified. Do you know what I mean? And we don't always get that opportunity. It's not right, wrong, more evolved or less evolved. But for me, my journey was that more of my parts became unified, and all of me, I have more places where I get to be all of me. One of those places is not my 13-year-old daughter's school, by the way. There are outfit changes before I go to her school. She's like, Mom, I'll relent in your territory, but if you're in my territory, like, dial it down, less glitter, less flash. And I've agreed to that. You know why? Because I care more about her wanting to talk with me than hiding. But I remind her that it's not a dimming of my light, that it's an agreement. So now that I'm here at the DIVA Network, what started happening in the TV shows, I'm a host and I'm an executive producer, and I've had a lot of experience in TV. But what started happening is my fun thing, where I was with all these other driven women, I noticed that even faster than before, I was getting connected. I was getting big deals. The show was flourishing as well. We went from one show to over 10 shows pretty quickly. We went from WeTV and Travel Channel to Google, Apple, Prime. So why am I telling you all that boring history? Well, I don't think it's boring, but I just want you to kind of have a background that the DIVA Network was born because we went for what does it look like to bring our audience with us? What does it look like to bring more women onto the set, into the filming, into the proximity of the relationships with billionaires, millionaires, media, people that really one connection could open the door and create a whole new level of living, a brand new neighborhood. For some people, it's more opportunity to travel, like Jimmy demonstrated today. And so that's why we started the DIVA Network. It was my transformational background and desire to see the elevation of the planet through women and women being supported with this fun resource of media and connections and collaborations and the container of sisterhood. And what I've learned since we've released this program, and I never knew before, Eva, I didn't realize it, is that while I had amazing mentors that were men, incredible mentors. Ruth, maybe you've had some incredible mentors. Put in the chat, men mentors, and M, if you've had great male mentors. I've had some incredible male mentors, and most of the frameworks that I learned at 22 and 23 were built by incredible men that realized they shouldn't be doing it alone. Let's bring women in. And then the frameworks were expanded. And it's been amazing. And what I've realized since we built the DIVA Network, where we created how do driven, inspiring, visionary, authentic women, how do they lead? How do they collaborate? Because we do it differently, don't we, ladies? Tell me if you think we do it. Men, we do it differently. Jimmy, I know you know we do. Dan, you know we do it differently. It's proven our brains access more both sides in decision making more than men on average, which means we bring more empathy, we bring more emotional full picture thinking to our decisions. When we are in overflow, rather than setting up a sign and going, I'm the king of the mountain, not that all men do this, but our nature is to go bring all the other people to the mountain, right? And feed the children. And okay, so I don't want to get into generalities, but since we started this DIVA Network, what has happened for women when we're in our divine flow of connection and collaboration and the way we do business, what happens is quantum leaps even faster when you bring the best minds and you really measure, is everybody winning here? How are we doing in creating connections? How are we staying connected to our own visions, Dr. Andrea, but also supporting each other and moving the needle? What happens is outrageous ripple effects, like We've had one woman in a very short time get her brand identity from Jeff Hoffman, meet her business partner, and then get 1.3 million in funding for her beauty line product. We had two divas come together that were superstars in their own right, match up totally different brains and create an $8,000 a month government contract. And it's one of many more to come. We have had Laura come in here, create retreats, now on her way to her own TV show, right? Is from what I hear. I heard the rumors. Yeah. So we have had people come on to sets. We have people opening the continent of Africa faster, sooner, better than they would have done it alone. And that is because we're doing it our way. And we've had wonderful, amazing men come into our atmosphere. And just, Marian, just like we have learned from the incredible, healthy men, they are receiving who and what we are as women in a different way. And they're learning and they're healing their own nervous systems, right? They're touching their heart in a more authentic, different way. And these are incredible men that were already doing the work, right? Yes, they were already doing the work. So I want to be clear. If you don't know, who knows what DIVA stands for? And I'm going to hydrate. Who knows? Let's have someone we haven't heard from. Who knows? Come on, I'll just wait around. Wait in the water. I'm just going to wait around. Who knows?
I know.
Okay, let's hear it. Melanie.
Driven, inspired, visionary, authentic sisterhood, and the men who support us. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you. Okay, so I can really get on a passion rant here. So what I want to leave time for is I want to just give you a few of more bullets about what I see is possible for you in this community, even though I don't know you. And then I'm going to pass it over to, it's either Jimmy or Ali to share with you the membership benefits, just the bullets that are different levels. And then we will leave some time for Q&A. How does that sound? It's good, Rhonda. Thank you for the big nod. And all right. So here is what I see as possible. We have here some of the most connected people on the planet. And if you don't know, you literally are one connection away from your next quantum leap, whether that is in marriage, business, nonprofit. People used to say, if you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go together. But the reality now is if you want to go fast, go together. And if you want to go far, go together. Why? Because when you work in collaboration, I didn't have the travel benefits or the ability to put us on blockchain or the know-how of how to go into multiple countries at once. You know who did? Jimmy Azell, our president, which allows us, the DIVA Network, to go fast, right? And to go far. And it's the same for you. I'm just going to say, in my opinion, that you're one connection away from that next breakthrough, right? And so in this particular room, what is possible is you have some of the most connected people who draw to them and bring into our community the most connected people, and the teachers to help you know how to maximize those connections and collaborations. Because it's one thing to be in the room, but if you don't know how to be or what to do or how to maximize that, it's just another room where you walk in and you meet people and you hope for the best. But our commitment is that you become the best in the world at maximizing collaboration and when I say you, I know you're aligned, that you're called, that you have a higher calling, that you have a huge vision for children, for people, for marriages, for self-expression, for healing shame, for bringing beauty products, for bringing more travel. You put in the chat what you want, what your vision is. Okay. But I'm sorry, I'm reading Jimmy's. And so is Ali here? Okay. So you have a vision for a certain amount of people. And when we get you connected and collaborated, we create a ripple effect that will absolutely alter history, right? But in order for that to happen, we all get to rethink community. We get to keep learning how to be efficient and maximal in our collaboration. And so in my vision for you, and that's a silly thing because you have your own vision and we're just meeting, right? So I'm just telling you, my vision is that this is a space where everyone moves faster and further in their own dream than they would have done alone. And that by doing that, you fulfill what God has placed in your heart. And therefore you take care of the people that are meant for you. And therefore we, by locking arms, change the way the planet runs through how females do this, right? For men and women. So I'm briefly going to give you, if you want, do you want to know what DIVA membership is and how to become a member? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Nora's saying yes. And I'd love to know who invited you here. Yeah, Samia. Yes, financially free, awakening their inner wisdom, reclaiming their voice. Jimmy invited you. Wonderful. Yes, so it is. And so be it. Yes, I feel that in my heart. Economic wealth for women. Yes, Melanie invited you. Melanie invited you. Melanie invited you. Melanie, Kim Cross invited you. Kim Cross invited me. All right, Melanie and Kim, thank you. And Jimmy. Sheila. All right, it's a community. And those people that invited you, it's because they saw something for you and they are experiencing the ripple and the overflow. So when we created this mastermind, we also went, okay, what does a mastermind that I pay $25,000 a year for or $100,000 a year for, what does it give that is valuable? And how do we give that here so that we make it the most affordable mastermind, which again, can be tricky at first. Like even Melanie, when she first came, went, okay, let's see. Oh, I think I feel it. And now she messages me, I cannot believe what you've put together here. I cannot believe what we're receiving. Because a lot of people tell you this is XYZ value, right? And it is part of sales psychology. We want to understand. But I want you to understand that this really is, we created it to be the most affordable mastermind on the planet. And some people went, why would you do that with a diva? Like, wouldn't a diva have the most expensive, best mastermind? And I want to take you back to a couple of things. One, driven, inspiring, visionary, authentic sisterhood. And economics change around the world, and they're different in different environments. And because we are truly committed to the transformation of the planet by locking arms with like-minded visionary leaders, we wanted to make it not only affordable to everyone, any space, because Diva is not a location, it's not a country, it's not, an Italian, an American, an African. It is a driven, inspiring, visionary, authentic leader, human. It's a human, and we want to open the doors to that. We also put a referral fee. So influencer marketing, an affiliate fee that we pay back when people share this, because one, where your treasure is, your heart will be there. And if we're going to scale and make the difference we want to make in the world, it's not going to be done, Adora, Jimmy, Melanie, Sheila. It's going to take Rhonda knowing her people and going, did they get connected? Are they plugging in here? Are they meeting the right people? Nora, how can I help you? Right? So we wanted to engage and have our community invested with us in this. And so we pay out half of our fee in commissions. So not only is it very affordable, but we pay half of our fee out in commissions. The other thing that we did is we broke it up into a monthly, so you could have a monthly membership, or you could have our full bang. Like some people, the full bang, we don't call it the full bang, but we don't have the PowerPoint today because the men are really good at that. So I'm just going to give you the bullets. Ruth, is that okay?
I have it if you want it.
Okay. Yeah. You guys want the PowerPoint? Tell me yes or no. Thumbs up if you want the PowerPoint. No. Alora says no. Melanie says yes. So I need another vote. Marion, PowerPoint, yes or no? Marion, it's hanging. She says yes. Okay.
The
She
new
was
people
okay.
want it,
Okay.
Adora. Ask the people who are new if they want it, because I really didn't understand. I'm sorry to jump in
Okay.
and
No, we're
interrupt.
good. We're using it, so we don't need to ask.
Perfect.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. We will build a platform for the indigenous people of SA to thrive. Is that San Antonio? Where is South Africa? Give me, Errol, I heard you were in Africa, so I think you're saying South Africa. To free themselves from poverty and oppression. First of all, let me say that lights me up. We're about to get in deets. And everybody needs the deets, right? So that you can make a logical choice and know what you're investing in. But this is what I'm here for, that there's a vision that you have. And Errol is speaking to the vision of South Africa to thrive and free themselves from poverty. And what I've heard from many Africans, I'm not speaking on behalf of Africans, just the Africans that I heard that said, hey, we are strong, we're resilient, we're the providers, we're the ones who want to give, we want to lead in generosity. No more just, hey, who's going to help me? Nothing wrong with helping. We're helping a lot of nonprofits there, but that fires me up. That's the only way it's going to happen is someone within. Now I can get fired up by the vision, lock arms and go, I'm here, how can I help? Here are the resources. But you as an individual, you have a vision for a certain community. And if you've had a big vision for your community, put a B in the chat. Put a B, big vision, in the chat. B, baby, baby. I like all the big vision. Yes, yes, Ruth. Yes, yes. And what I've realized, Hawa, welcome. I know you're a founder now. Marion, welcome. What I've realized is many of us have been dreaming this big vision for so many years, and you've gotten so close. And then as soon as you get close to it, God reveals more. You use your word. I'm using God reveals more. And you go, oh my gosh, it's so big. And what I've realized is that we've all been dreaming we've been given a shared dream with different parts of it. And it is for the total freedom of women to be financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally sovereign and free, and the men who support us. And so we've been dreaming a shared dream. And it happens when we lock arms. You cannot do it alone. We are not meant to I cannot do it alone. I'm not putting any limiting beliefs on you. You could do it alone, potentially. Probably not. It's a shared dream. We're meant to be in communion and together. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and move past. So I'm just going to go over. Can you make that a little bigger so we don't see the Google Drive link at the top? I don't know if there's a way to do it where we just see the deck and not the home screen and the insert and the draw and the If we can't get past it, we'll keep moving. Huh?
You're asking for a lot.
So much. She's so demanding. Okay. So our Diva VIP membership is where you are part of our community. Okay, if you can't share it, it's all right. We'll do it this way. All right, you're part of our community. Don't tell JKN can't. It looks like we did it. We did it. Celebrate her for always flexing on the fly. I also want to take a moment and say who, not how, because look, this is team right now. It's team. All right. So the VIP membership, you have exclusive trainings with some of our celebrity guests, like Lisa Nichols. How many of you love Lisa Nichols? We were with her in the Exumas. She did a breakthrough retreat for us. We have other celebrity guests that come in. And again, my vision was How do I give more people access, actual access to these people fresh off the press, what's on their mind and heart, and the ability to ask questions? So as a VIP member, you get that. You get weekly virtual group training. So we're going to hold here for a minute. And this is where you may want to take notes, but I want to give clarity. So to me, the most important part that we're going to bring to you as at the DIVA Network is our who, our who's. So WHO''S. It's going to be over technology, over a technique, which we will give you some great ones. And the people we know will give you great ones. Nora will make sure you get the recording, whoever invited you. And thank you, Ruth. It's so true. So the biggest thing you're gonna get here at the DIVA Network is access to the right who. And that starts with our connections and who we know, but it's this incredible network of other driven, resourced, authentic leaders that are all in on collaborating so that we can elevate. So the most important meeting of the week, in my opinion, but some of you at different times, other meetings may be important for you, but is our Wednesday meeting. And in the different countries, this will start to be different days, but Wednesdays, the first meeting, you learn about how to collaborate powerfully. How do you recognize the relationships that you're meant to go into collaboration with? And how do you create real results so that you create revenue in your business, media for your business, more podcasts that you could be on, stages that you could be on? You know what's next, but that's where you learn how to maximize it so that you're not just going into the rooms on a wing and a prayer, as we would say here. And then the second meeting is when you actually go into the rooms. So you're put into breakout rooms with people in the community, very specifically so that you can meet people and see how you can serve them, but also so they can know you, Ruth, and what's next for you, right? So this is where, Marianne, you go in and say, here's who I am, here's how I help people, here's what I need next. And it may be a VA, it may be more stages, it may be funding, it may be referrals, and then the room role is working and networking with you. To me, that is the most potent, powerful thing. And the people who have taken that seriously have had major leaps in their business. And so it's a community, right? Okay, let's keep going. I forgot to say though, that yes, you're gonna meet some of our dream team as a VIP member, and we do have other meetings. And these other meetings right now are based on what the community voted that they need. So every day of the week, there is something you could go to, but it's not required. All right. So for instance, Mondays, we have a coach that coaches Google executives and very high level strategic advisor. Coaching on Mondays. Hey, what are your metrics that you need to hit this week to really move the needle in your goal, in your business? And so it's an accountability reset, get ready for the week call. Not required, but very powerful if you're going it alone and getting lost in the million things you're supposed to be doing, right? We have a mastermind day. We have a Diva Talk day. So we have lots of things going on, but you'll get access to that full schedule as we go. Brianna is incredible. Okay, Divas Live. This is where you get to be part of, and you get the first invites when we film or we meet up locally or we do something like the press party or the masterminds, and you get special pricing. Okay. You guys know what this is, right? You were all here for Tuesday. So you get the unlimited 7-night dream vacation incentives, which means not only can you take those yourself, but you can live in generosity with your clients. You can show up in a way that they will never forget because you're giving them the gift of creating memories, of having a vacation. That's really outrageous. I don't know the last time someone gave me a vacation before I met these people. What about you, DeAndrea? Like, yeah, exactly. And now you get to be Oprah. Some of you don't love Oprah. I still love Oprah. We won't even go down that track. Stay with me. Stay with me. But you get a vacation. You get a vacation, right? I love that opportunity. Okay, let's keep it going. Yeah, and the Friday Mastermind with Lorna is huge. Incentive Marketing Academy, so you get deeper training on how to use that and feedback on, you know, how could you use it in your business specifically, which that's always going to make the difference. Eyes on what you're dealing with right now so that you don't go alone, so that you create collaborations, so that you make swifter moves. All right. Let's keep it going. Ding. We'll see.
This is different. This is the travel membership.
Okay, let's keep going. That's okay. I want to keep going. I don't want to hit all the points. There's a lot here. We're not going to read it all, but this is $97 a month as part of your membership. You've got this incredible community, all of this opportunity, all of this training, all of this collaboration. This is a phenomenal, in my opinion, value. If you think this is a great value, put a V in the chat. And I'm going to take a drink. I don't see any B's. Oh, yeah, it sounded like I said B. Thank you, Nora. Nora's like, I'm with you, girl. All right, we got it. Value, value, value. Good, good, good. Okay, so founders. We will only ever have 1,000 founders. So the founding members are people that you've got a business, it's where we went, okay, we're giving you everything we can at the DIVA Network, but what are some other things we could give you, like more visibility, right? More of our media resources and things like that. So one of the things that is rolling out is a DIVA members card. And it lives in your, you know how you have your flight pass or your credit card inside? Oh, it was so great to meet you too. So we will have cards in your wallet where if you're a DIVA member, you go get to eat like a diva, dine like a diva, get hooked up. And so you could just be in your city and see everything that is available for you online, offline, and go to a vineyard and there's a special drink. Or if you stay at this Airbnb, they give you a swag bag because you're a DIVA member. For our founders, you get to be featured in this wallet, which means you give a special perk or benefit to our DIVA members, and you get that visibility. And as you know, we're all going to shop with each other because one, we're getting hooked up as divas, and two, we're committed to rising together. So this is one of the benefits of being a founder. You get some of our preferred resources, meaning you can hire the people that actually work for and with us, like the people who build our copy, we just fresh off the press, make those introductions to you so you can hire them too. When this fee raises beyond what it is now, your fee will never raise. So it's an annual membership. You have reserved seating at events. When we do live events or filming, our founders have reserved seating. First access to all the escape trips. So we'll do escape trips. We do have an escape trip coming up, a founders trip coming up in September. I don't know if he's announced it yet, so I probably shouldn't say much. Let's keep it going. You get first access to all the DIVA Live events. So that's both the filming things, but the DIVA Network live events, founders only Zooms, the DIVA Talk. So this is like your TED Talk, and it's your opportunity to give a talk to our community, value-based, letting them taste your expertise and your experience so that they can understand who you are and what it is that you're offering, so that the right people in our community, that you're the answer to the problem or challenge that they're dealing with. It's like, boom, I know Rhonda's my girl. I know DeAndrea is my girl, right? So that's what the DIVA Talk is for. Right now on Thursdays, everyone's getting trained on how to show up powerfully in these talks, but then you'll start to see those Diva talks on Thursday. Okay. And then that Diva talk will be recorded and it'll live in school, which means that when we have 1 million members, people will be able to come in, find you, and they'll most likely find the subject matter, right? They're looking for certain things that capture their attention. So with Laura, if someone is sitting around in the network going, my husband is getting on my nerves, or I'm thinking about divorce, or I'm living I want a more sensual life, I'm bored in life. And then they see Laura's talk, they're going to be like, I need to go watch this, right? Or someone else wanting to understand digital marketing, Okay, let's keep going. And when you come live, you can join the Diva Opera Choir. Yeah, we sing in our PJs at 2 a.m. That is a true story. Melanie and I sang in opera that an opera person may not have enjoyed but we had a blast. All right, Diva private founders only mastermind events with celebrity entrepreneurs. So we have one coming up that will be less than $1,000. We will film. It will go on to TV, Google, Apple Prime, but we will be in an exotic location, connecting, making deals in pools. Even if you don't make your deals, then you'll get so connected that the overflow. But my experience is on these trips, major collaborations are made and happen, which is exciting. And you'll be featured in the Diva Experience podcast. So this goes on Apple, iTunes, you can put it on your website, but it's also on Audible and iHeartRadio. So this is really awesome because it's an authority building piece, right? When people, Ruth, if someone's thinking about working with you and they're thinking about working with someone else, and they see you were on a podcast that Lisa Nichols was also on, and Jeff Hoffman, the billionaire who founded Priceline, was on, and then the other party doesn't have something like that, it helps to create authority, and they get to hear your voice and understand your heart and your vision, which is different than just a website or social media. It creates this authority. And this was one of the things we wanted to give to our founders. Okay. All right. So all of that is $1,147 annually. So just over $1,000. The first 3 people from today's call who become founders, we're going to do something really special. And that is, we have Phase Media, the #1 media outlet in Canada that works with women 18 to 35. That's their target market. They are partnered with the United Nations. Nike pays them, Instagram pays them. If you wanted to go pay and have an article placed in there, it would be $2,500. But we are going to do an article. We have DIVA Network Agents of Impact, and the first 3 founders. And now listen, let me just give a caveat. If you become a founder and I look you up and there's something really shady or not aligned, which is not what I believe we're going to find, but I'm talking, you know what I'm talking about there, right? Then we have the right to not do this. But the first 3 founders, we are going to do an article on you. So we will have someone interview you about your business, your passion, and we're going to do an article in Phase Media. So it'll be Diva Agents of Impact, and then your name, your business, and that is going to be for our first 3 founders. That's a special offer this week. Woo, woo, woo. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Okay, so we have our free membership, which you are all welcome to be a part of. That's our Tuesdays. That's a school community, super awesome curriculum inside of there, and really like a lot of value. $112 a month when you add the taxes and the fees to our $97 a month, and then $1147. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this. Let's go back take a screenshot if you're trying to remember or want to see what the differences are. And then we'll go ahead and move on. Oh, awesome. Rhonda, DeAndre, and Colette, you were all trained by Lisa. Thank you for letting me know that. That lets me know the level of transformational mindset that you have, and really the ability to understand what's possible when we're linking up in a way like this. Okay, this is not for everyone. When I say this, some of you will become members and not ever want to share the network. You're just going to get in here, get busy on your own business, your own project, your own phenomenal. That there is no requirement that you ever share the DIVA Network. Some of you will come in like that and then be like, my friend needs this, so-and-so needs that. And for those people, like I told you, we put an affiliate marketing element to this, so you can see, go ahead and screenshot this if you want. Other people in the room, you have already built email list. So put an E for email list if you've already got a nice email list. And you know that when you find a product, a community, something that you really love, that at certain times you share with your community. And this is our thank you back. It's a way to create revenue, affiliate marketing, influencer marketing, collaborative marketing. And I want to be very clear, this is not network marketing. If it were network marketing, we would have to have different licenses and we couldn't go into all the countries. This is a simple, hey, thank you for referring someone into our network. So we pay 40% out. And for some people, this is a full-blown income. It's their full-time income. We had two people right before Christmas, we launched 1 week before Christmas, a single mom, Sheila, in the house, and Dr. Andrea, who just really love our mission. And within 1 week, they earned close to $3,000 each, just in commissions. And they're, not to mention what has happened in doors that have opened for them, being in proximity. And so for some people, this is an awesome supplement to their income or a full-time choice, but never necessary. I just want to make it aware for those of you that naturally share everything you love or are looking for additional income and this feels like home to you. Okay. So let's go ahead and go past this part. We are on blockchain. We can go past this too. Just go ahead and shut it down. I would just say, if you have any questions now, we want to go ahead and raise your emoji hands, and please don't be shy. I want to answer any questions, or if you have any comments, especially if you're new in the community or you have any feedback almost any feedback. If you want to talk to me about my hair or something like that, we could do that another time. But any feedback, now's the time. We're together. I'm here for us to go, what do you see? What don't you see? What's getting in the way? I know if someone invited you, they saw you as not only an incredible value to the community, because everybody here really plays, for the most part, I shouldn't say everybody never, all, da, da, da. Okay, most people in our community really play team, and they really jump in on, and they really share generously their gifts and their talents, which is what a mastermind does. But if someone invited you, they thought you would gain a ton from being here. They know you, they know your vision, and they thought there's a lot here for you. And they also thought you're the kind of person who would run and do well with us. So I want to give you the opportunity to ask any questions to make the decision to join us. So Melanie, I'm going to come to you, but I'm going to hear from Ruth first. And thank you. Okay. Yes, Ruth.
I may have missed it when you explained the difference between the tier 1 and the tier 2. How do they earn 40% as opposed to 10%? I might have just missed what you said.
You didn't miss it. I leave out the 10% often because then people go into network marketing. And then when they refer someone, and I just, but it's really like this, Ruth, who invited you here again?
I'm, I, oh my goodness.
Melanie?
No, Tanya
It's
Tamika.
okay. Gotcha. Okay, awesome. So if you referred Tanya into our community, you would earn that 40% tier one.
Okay.
And Tanya had a community of Christian business builders, which she does, right? And she went and started referring people. Those people in her network, she would earn 40%, but we would give you a 10% override. So
Okay.
that's the 2-tier. I know, Melanie, I don't talk, you didn't know this. Yeah, I don't talk about it a lot because I don't want people to get into confusion or into, yeah, but maybe I should talk about it more. Ruth, thank you. The question. Do you have any other questions, Ruth?
Oop. No, not at this time, but thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Melanie, what was your comment? And thank you, Hawa.
So, like, literally, I've been in the community for 4 months now, I think, Adora, right? And I'm like, what I just heard, like, your generosity, like, this is truly, truly, truly about like sharing the resources. This isn't about like this, it's, you know what I mean? I literally am sitting here going, I've listened to this presentation, I don't even know how many times, but I tune it out because I don't know what, it's technology. I was telling myself that old story, but like, honestly, this is, I was texting you at 3 a.m. I was texting Jimmy at 4 a.m. I mean, I've been like I cannot get over what this community is. I cannot get over what you are building. And I know that as the light makers in the world, together we will vanish the darkness. But when it comes off in the way you even describe it, like there's so much. Like I felt it in December when I spoke to you, when you were on that, my soul was like, yes, you're in 2 feet, jumping in. And then I got distracted by the fires and everything else. And it was like I was getting fire hosed with so much information. I was like, I don't know if this community is really for me. And then you said, we're doing Africa Rising. I'm like, okay, my ears perked up again. I was back in, I was out the boat, I was in the boat, I was out the boat, I was in the boat. But this community, for anybody who doesn't, I mean, I didn't understand it. My soul got it. My head could not comprehend everything that you're doing. I know some of the stuff that's going on now behind the scenes that you guys are doing. And I just want to share because DeAndrea is here with me in California. We're not letting her go. She's like having some stuff. DeAndrea, is it okay if I share for a second, my love? I don't want to share personal. Can I share?
She said it's okay.
She got pulled to California from Texas, actually. So Adora's a Texas diva. And right, am I right, DeAndrea? It was Texas, right? And she's huge. She's amazing. DeAndrea, I want you to open your mouth and just speak, my love. They brought her to California and she's now dealing with discrimination in California. And I'm like, forget them. That's the system, top down SHIT that's happening. We are going to be doing roots up work. This is your community. Come in. But in addition, one thing that you haven't mentioned is the California locals. So DeAndrea is contemplating whether she should leave to go back to Texas. There is no way I am letting this woman go. We're going to be locking arms and we're going to be doing the work here with Motivate. And DeAndrea, Rhonda, and I were all volunteers in our sweats and dusty hair at Motivating the Teen Spirit last year. And Errol, who's here from Cape Town, who I was telling about Motivating the Teen Spirit, and Lisa, these are the people from the Lisa community, Errol. Like, I want to introduce you guys. Like, this is the people that are just, and then let's not even get started with, I'm just looking around, just who's here right now. Dr. DeAndrea and Barbara, not only are we going into South Africa, not to South Africa, Africa, like all of Africa, because Barbara and I'm going with her to Zimbabwe at the end of the month. But we're not only going into Africa, starting with, the first trip we're going to be doing is the destination trip, because I've discussed it with Jimmy. We were on the phone with Errol and Ard on Saturday morning to go into South Africa's first, but we're taking it all throughout Africa. But now this group is moving with Dr. Andrea, who also has roots in Africa, is moving into South America. Lorna has been running the masterminds on Fridays. This woman is incredible. Like, just the people that are in this community, like, you guys, it's mind blowing. Like, we're talking like Lisa caliber people. I was at the premiere 2 weeks ago. Like, I didn't know. I didn't understand. And you said you get put in these rooms on Wednesdays. Adora, you may not know this. The very first Wednesday meeting I was with Susan Irby in a room. She's the California diva who's starting the bikini mastermind chef, who I was playing with in Florida, but her camera was off. I didn't know who she was. And when I went to get her contact information in Florida, I was like, wait, I have your contact. I was like, the connections. So my soul is jumping up and down. I don't know how many new people on here that are still left, but you guys be the first 3. These incentives are insane.
Thank you, Melanie. Give it up for Melanie for letting her heart overflow. As we grow and with time, the messaging will get even more clear so that you do get it we hope, right? That's what everybody hopes. Everybody knows their work. How, and it's a work to then have the words land in a way, and it'll be community that helps us go, this was the part that was important to me. This was the part that's important to me. And then we can leave all the other things in bonus overflow. Yes, Errol, you have a question or a comment? Yeah.
Comment. Laura asked me just to share a little bit about what we're doing, if that's okay. Okay, so we are basically, we wear 2 hats. What we do is I've got a touring business, tour operator business, and we do tours, organized tours from in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Swaziland, all basically different kinds of tours and stuff like that. So I'm not going to talk too much about that, but that's kind of thing in general.
May I just 1 moment? It's 1 o'clock. And so I know some of you will need to leave. So those of you that need to leave, you want to get back to the person that invited you, because we want them to be rewarded. Not only that, they will be able to help shepherd and guide you through. Here's how you find all the replays. Here's how you find the calendar so you can join things, but they will share their link with you and help you get set up. Because we are on blockchain, our process is a little unique in that you pay with and you could pay in crypto, but there's a little process. It is where the world is going. We have guides for that, but if you're anything like me, your person who invited you will be able to help you, okay? And I just want to personally thank you for being here. I want to honor your time and say that I hope that you do become members and part of our community. And our vision is leaders leading inside of the community. Like, every single person, you have your own vision. Alora has her own vision. I will not ever be or create what Alora has a vision for, but she can lovingly within the community rise and make herself known and lead in and out of the community. So that's available for everyone here. Okay, Errol, back to you.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we got about 3 minutes.
Yes. So that's the basically the touring business in a nutshell. We organize from school tours to 5-star, from 2 people to 2 big groups, basically.
Awesome.
Then, more importantly, we're starting a non-profit organization in which we're helping the indigenous people, which is the some of you may know as the Bushman people or the Khoisan. and they are the oldest First Nation in the world.
Mm.
So during the old era, the old government, in the apartheid government, they were basically listed as animals, and they were hunted. And even now, during this new government, they are not truly recognized. So what basically happened is they neglected not many opportunities. So what we aim to do is to build a platform in which they can basically thrive. Starting with this one community, we'll be building school, primary school, high school, adult education center, a media center with the computer room, a library, music room, film and all those things, studio.
Wow.
Then a clinic. But all these things are fine and well. However, we need to make it sustainable, so therefore we also need to create jobs. And so we've identified creating jobs through using aquaponics. I don't know if you've heard of aquaponics, but basically what
Yeah.
aquaponics is you're farming with fish. That fish poo and everything then
Oh,
goes.
I apologize. I realize from a text message that I am due on a call 4 minutes ago with Jimmy and Alex to present to her group. And so they're waiting for me. There's the text.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that. What I know, Errol, thank you for sharing your vision. We have a big, Africa has called us even before Latin America here. And you have a community of people that are doing things in Africa. And the DIVA Network through our community is going there, both with our episodes, with our people, with our vision. So I would definitely get synced up with that group. And it is very exciting to me. And I want to dive deeper, but I also want to honor the time and the people that are waiting for me in the other room. So thank you so much, everybody, for allowing my time with you, and also for some grace in this abrupt ending. Okay. I will get better at making sure that we land on time. And I love you all. I love your big vision. I saw people nodding and excited. Dr. Andrea, good to see you. All right. Love you all. And I'm going to go, and I can't wait to see some of you tomorrow. I've got to go and end the
Do you
room.
want to make me the host for a second, Adora?
No, because they can't do the.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just wanted to say, Errol, you will have lots of opportunities to share
All
once
right.
you join the community. Lots.
Thank you. We can't have
Okay.
two meetings going at once. That's what's
Fine.
happening. Okay.
Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.